When my wife, Emma, told me she was pregnant, I thought life had finally reached perfection. We'd been married for 4 years, trying for 2, and every failed test had eaten away at our hope. The day she walked out of the bathroom, hands trembling, eyes wet with joy, whispering, "It's positive," I dropped to my knees and hugged her stomach like it was a miracle wrapped in skin. For weeks after, I'd wake early just to make her breakfast, kiss her belly, and whisper promises to the tiny life inside her. I thought we were unbreakable. Until one ordinary Tuesday night changed everything. Emma had fallen asleep early on the couch, her phone buzzing on the coffee table beside her. Normally, I'd never touch it. Trust was sacred between us, or so I believed. But the vibration wouldn't stop, one after another, messages flashing from a contact saved simply as L. I tried to ignore it, but curiosity twisted in my chest when the preview of one message appeared. "Do you ever think about us?" My throat went dry. My heart thudded against my ribs. I told myself it was probably a friend, an old classmate, but deep down, something in me knew. I picked up her phone, hands shaking, and unlocked it with her birthday. What I saw tore through me like a knife. There were weeks of messages. They started innocent enough, catching up, reminiscing about old times. Then it turned emotional, then intimate. "I miss the way you made me feel alive," she had written. And then the message that shattered everything: "I wish the baby was yours." My breath stopped. The room tilted. I stared at the glowing screen, my mind rejecting what my eyes confirmed. My pregnant wife, the woman I was ready to build a family with, had told another man she wished his child was inside her instead of mine. For a long moment, I couldn't move. The TV hummed quietly in the background, some commercial playing, while my world collapsed in slow motion. My eyes traced the conversation. His replies were smug, arrogant. "Maybe it still could have been, if you hadn't married him so fast," he wrote. She replied with a broken heart emoji and, "You have no idea how hard this is for me." Hard for her. I wanted to scream, to shake her awake, to demand how she could destroy everything we had with one text. But instead, I sat there staring at her sleeping face, the same woman who, just hours earlier, had asked me to rub her back and said she couldn't wait to see me as a dad. I couldn't sleep that night. I went to the nursery we'd painted together, the soft green walls, the tiny white crib, the mobile with paper stars I'd cut out myself. I sat on the floor and cried silently, my tears hitting the wooden floorboards like quiet confessions. Every name we'd discussed, every baby outfit she'd picked, suddenly felt tainted. By morning, something inside me had gone numb. When she woke up, she smiled and asked why I was up so early. I looked at her slightly swollen belly, and felt a mix of love, hatred, and unbearable confusion. I asked casually, "Who's Elle?" The color drained from her face. Her lips parted, but no words came. I didn't need a confession. Silence said it all. "You read my phone," she whispered finally, voice trembling. "Yeah," I said coldly. "I wish I hadn't." She broke down instantly, crying, apologizing, trying to explain that it wasn't what it looked like, that she was confused, that the message was a stupid emotional moment. She said the baby was mine, that she'd never physically cheated, that she just missed being seen. But the words "I wish the baby was yours" echoed in my skull like a curse. You don't say that unless something inside you truly means it. Over the next few days, the house turned into a war zone of silence. I went through the motions, made her meals, attended doctor appointments, but every smile felt fake, every touch burned. I couldn't look at her without seeing those words. One night, she grabbed my hands, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Please, James," she begged. "Don't give up on us. I made a mistake. I love you." I looked at her, the woman I'd once trusted with my soul, and felt a hollow ache where love used to live. I decided to get the truth once and for all. The next appointment, I asked for a paternity test, something inside me needed certainty. She agreed, hesitantly. The 2 weeks waiting for the result were hell. every movement, every heartbeat of hers, every baby kick she felt became a reminder of betrayal. When the results came, I opened the envelope with shaking hands. It said 99.9% probability I was the father. Relief should have washed over me, but it didn't. Because even if biology confirmed it, her heart had still betrayed me. The night I told her I was leaving, she cried so hard I almost broke. "You can't leave now," she said. "We're about to be parents." I looked at her one last time and said, "You already wished for another man's baby, Emma. I can't raise a child next to that wish." She reached for me, but I stepped back. The sound of the door closing behind me felt like the loudest silence of my life. "It's been 6 months now. She gave birth last week." She sent me a picture of the baby, a tiny, perfect boy with her eyes in my hair. I stared at it for a long time, my chest aching, because part of me still loved them both. But some things can't be undone. I never replied. I printed out the message, "I wish the baby was yours," and folded it once, putting it in my drawer. A reminder that love without respect is just illusion. Maybe one day, I'll forgive her. Maybe I'll even meet my son and learn to be in his life without letting the pain consume me. But right now, all I can do is rebuild what she broke, quietly, alone. Because trust, once shattered, doesn't heal with words. It heals with distance. And I've learned that sometimes, walking away isn't weakness. It's the only way to survive when love turns into betrayal.